this is Oases. The game's creator describes it by saying, "My grandfather's plane was reported lost in 1960 during the Algerian Independence War, days before the birth of his first child. This is what I like to think happened to him." So let's find out. Those hands? This is like a rave. This is weirdly soothing. I don't really seem to be able to steer meaningfully, so I guess we're just gonna go forward. Oh, I see. Okay. The clouds are just where I came in. Kind of getting the hang of the flight controls here. I guess that's it for this oasis. On to the next. These look like flowers. So I hate to be mischievous with such a meaningful game, but I want to know what happens if I hit something. Nothing, you just passed right through it. Okay. That's about what I expected, and probably correct. I did fly a plane once in real life. When I was a child. It was something my dad set up. It was this thing where you could go and basically sit in a single prop plane, kind of the same size as this, and something owned by a local enthusiast or pilot or whatever, and he would handle takeoff and landing, but demonstrate how to work the flight stick and everything, and let you take control briefly in the air. And I don't know. I mean, I've played flying games before, but this is the first one that actually reminds me of what it really felt like to fly. That's pretty. The hands are an interesting motif. Like, I wonder what this means to the guy who made this, Like, in the first Oasis, it felt like a rave and everyone had their hands up, so dancing or whatever. Here, it's more like people are drowning. because they're sticking up out of the water with the lily pads and everything, and the water's coursing down off of them like they just reached out of the water. This one's sadder. Flying the plane was cool in real life. I did get a little airsick though. I was just a kid. But it was a neat thing that my dad did for me. I have scattered memories of stuff like that, where I don't really remember the context or where it came from, but it's just something that we did. Like I have this memory of him taking me to this like local event where people on bikes were like sort of racing each other, but most of the bikes were weird bikes, like the recumbent bicycles, if you've seen those. And it was interesting. It was like biking enthusiasts come and just sort of, I don't know, seeing what they had and going against each other. And there was like one guy on a normal bike, and of course the recumbent bicycles were going way faster than him. And at one point, you know, like he'd been lapped repeatedly by the guy on the recumbent bike, but at one point he pulled ahead after, you know, one of the many lappings, and jokingly was like, I beat that guy on the recumbent bike, I beat him, I'm going faster, you know, like faux celebrating, even though he knew he just unlapped himself once. My dad's into bikes.